Your classic and contemporary Christian music station, the Solid Rock WCSR. Live from high atop the Arch in St. Louis, Missouri, and the Oak Island Fishing Pier in Oak Island, North Carolina, it's the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
What a beautiful thought I am thinking concerning a great speckled bird.
Now your hosts for this hour, Ed Bergier and Rob O'Brien.
Hey, it's Friday again.
Hey, it's the first Friday in a while for us.
It is. We've been off for a few weeks, summer break, which
I think our last show was the show we did with Tim and Mark from your studio.
I believe it is.
I think that was the last show we did.
That was show number 70. That was the last one we did live.
And that was about a month ago.
It was. Yeah. Yes, it was. A little over.
Little over.
And in that time, I've been to Asheville, North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina, then back home, all in a matter of a week.
I've been to Joplin, Missouri. I've been to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma City, and then Tulsa and Joplin and Springfield on the way back, too. So.
Wow.
We're
Joplin.
We're just travelers, man.
No kidding. Yeah. Yeah. And summer is gone.
It's gone.
It's actually
I'm okay with that, though.
Are you? Oh,
I'm a fall guy. I love fall.
Fall's okay.
Fall's my favorite.
I love summer, though. That's my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
And speaking of fall, my brother Eric, my little brother Eric's birthday was Wednesday.
How old is Eric now?
He's 62, I believe.
Does he still have the fro?
He's lost a good part of his hair.
Okay, all right. He had a great afro.
Yes, he did. What he's got is still curly, but he doesn't let it grow out anymore.
Okay. Well, yeah. That was an award-winning fro.
Oh, it was. I've got a picture of him where when he was in high school, where his fro was out like to his shoulders. It was huge. And he played football.
Happy birthday, Eric.
I don't know how he stuffed it into his helmet, but he played football.
A little more cushion.
I called him the evening of his birthday and sang him our song.
Oh, good. So we don't have to do it.
We don't have to do it now.
Okay. Well, that fro probably helped keep him from getting a concussion because it was a little more extra padding.
Probably, yeah.
In the helmet. Yeah.
Hey, there's some CCM birthdays this week.
Okay.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Mm-hmm.
You know Paul, Noel Paul Stuckey?
No, Paul.
Stuckey?
Yeah, he's in his. Is he in his 80s?
80s, yeah. His birthday was this week. John DeGroff from Petra had a birthday this last week.
Petra's got a big tour coming up here.
Yeah, they do. And Michael W. Smith is celebrating his and his wife's 43rd wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Hey, we have some sad news that we missed because we've been off for a while, but back at the end of July, Kelly Nealon Clark, her husband, her daughter, and 3 other members of their traveling entourage were killed in a plane crash in Wyoming.
Yeah.
And they were on their way to a Gaither homecoming cruise to Alaska. Kelly was part of the Rex Nealon Singers, part of the Lefevres, and then she had a really good solo career too, and missed, and our prayers go out to the remaining family members. And she was a neat lady. I got to meet her once. We did a concert with her at IBI in Carlinville, and just a super, super nice lady. So our prayers go out to her family.
I'm not really familiar with the Nealons, but that's not unusual for me with some of these artists. I just don't know.
Some of the Southern gospel sounds going on there, yeah.
On a little slightly happier note related to CCM, Russ Taff is crowdfunding for a new album. He's got a new album coming out called Cover Story, and I believe Monday's the last day they're taking money. And what I read was if they don't reach it, they're not going to be able to release the album, which is would be really
he's
sad.
Looking for like public backing for the album.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And we've got a great show today. Apart from all the news to catch up, we're titling it's episode number 71 of the Great Speckled Bird Hour. Old artists, new music. So we're featuring artists from the Jesus movement
some of the original masters of the Jesus music.
Yeah, and I think we've got 3 artists and one old and one new song from each. And I believe from each of the artists, it's either their first or second album.
Oh, really?
The old
Okay,
song.
the first songs. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the newer songs would be from their later albums.
Exactly. Yeah.
And people say I'm so dumb, right?
You catch on.
I can figure stuff
You
out.
catch on. So one of the first songs we're starting with here is Phil Keaggy from his first album on the Christian label anyway. Is the album was called What a Day, and the song is What a Day. Here's Phil
Probably
Keaggy.
the first song I think of when I hear the name Phil Keaggy.
When I get home, I will see all the holy men I read about. Peter and John, James, Luke, and Paul, and Brother Tom without a doubt. And I do believe there will be King David at the heart, a song of praise with every chord. What a sight to see the redeemed and the angels gathered round, worshiping the Lord. What a day that will be! Oh, what a day that will be! When we get home,
What a day that will be. Phil Keaggy from his, and this is his debut solo album, correct?
Yes.
What a Day,
Yes,
the
that
name
was-
of the album also.
That was after he left Glass Harp.
Glass Harp,
Yeah.
1973.
Yeah.
And that's the old song we have from Phil.
That's the old one. We'll be hearing.
We're going to make you wait for the new song.
Yeah, way till the end of the show, so people don't leave.
Keep listening.
You know, it's not a brand new song from him, but it's well, it was released in 2019. I'll give that away.
Well, I think Honeytree is the only one that we have a brand new song from. Isn't that correct? Because I'm pretty sure Stonehill's last album came out in 2020.
Correct. Yeah, the cut we have from Honeytree, the new song, is from 2023.
Okay.
Now she did, and we'll talk about this. Well, we can talk about it right now. She did release a song this year called, where is it? Call of the Harvest.
Call of the Harvest.
With a Pakistani guy by the name of Zubin Ernest.
I saw where she was going to be in Karachi, Pakistan coming up.
She did a music video with them. Now, I don't think she was on site. I think she recorded her part separately. But
I was looking at her website a little bit earlier, and I think she actually has a concert date in Karachi coming up within the next few months. So
yeah, okay, yeah, she does. She actually speaks the language.
Mark should be very interested in that, considering he spent a good chunk of his life in Karachi.
And you know, he sent her an email asking if we could get her on the show, and I don't think she ever answered him.
Well, he's got to have the face-to-face thing to make people melt in his arms.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because
he
that
has
smile.
that power.
He flashes that smile.
He got us free cookies and donuts on our last trip not this year, but the trip before, just because of his personality, his winning personality. Yeah,
he's got it. He definitely has it. I don't. I scare people away.
I marvel at him sometimes when I'm with him.
Oh, it's
like
amazing
how he does what he does.
He does not know a stranger, and that's admirable.
Yeah, for sure.
I am definitely a big fan. Hey, we got to take a break. We've got music from that other cut from Phil Keaggy and new and old from artists from back in the day coming up.
Don't go away. More of the Great Speckled Bird Hour with Rob and Ed coming up right after this.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Larry Norman, Phil Keaggy, Amy Grant, Randy Stonehill, Chuck Girard, second chapter of Acts, Daniel Amos. Classic and contemporary Christian music mixed in with a good dose of praise and worship. Solid Rock Radio WCSR, streaming all your favorites 24 hours a day. Thanks for staying with us. Now back to the show.
And we're live back again. I'm Rob O'Brien.
And I'm Ed Bergier.
And we are the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
And we're glad to be back with you after a little bit of a hiatus.
We did have a little bit of a break there.
Yeah.
End of the summer break.
So we've got songs from classic contemporary Christian music artists, old and new.
Yeah, pioneers, really, of what is now called contemporary Christian music, or CCM. And one of those, definitely a pioneer, was Phil Keaggy. Which was the first song we heard was What a Day from his album What a Day. And one of my favorites, as far as solo work or whatever, I think she's just got a tremendous voice. Still to this day is Nancy Honeytree.
Tremendous voice, tremendous ministry, and Christian's first hippie.
Yes, she was. She really was. But a tremendous heart for God.
Yes.
She just loves to love people and loves God and shares that love with people.
Mm-hmm. And she's still recording.
She is. She just, we're going to hear, first of all, we're going to hear a song from her first album. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to hear one of her most recent tracks that she hasn't put out an album in a while, but she has released a few singles.
Comes up with a single every once in a while.
Yeah. And interesting to note, all of the artists we're featuring today have a connection to Phil Keaggy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not so much with this first track from Honeytree, which is, let's see, where is that? That's here. Let's go ahead and start that. This is from her first album. I don't think Keaggy had anything to do with this, but he did later. This is Nancy Honeytree, and the song is Clean Before My Lord.
Clean before my Lord I stand, and in me not one blemish does he see. When I placed all my burdens on him, he washed them all from me. A living song, and how could I stay so close without seeing him, never seeing him? Clean before my Lord I stand, and in me not one blemish you see. When I place all my burdens on him, he washed them all from me. Oh, why do you wait so long to learn such a living song? And how can you stay so close without seeing him, never seeing him? Clean before my Lord I stand, and in me not one blemish does he see. When I place all my burdens on him, he washed them all from me.
Clean Before My Lord, that's Honeytree. Her real-
Otherwise known as Nancy Honeytree.
Nancy Honeytree. Her actual last name was Hennigbaum,
Yes.
which is German for honey tree.
Wow.
Yeah, and great voice. I just love her voice. It's so smooth, and she definitely had that little bit of hippie feel going there. That was her
sure.
first album, came out in 1973 on Myrrh Records.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good stuff,
And
too. And you
it
had
was-
mentioned to me during the break that it was covered 2 years later by Evie Turnquist.
Yes, not Evie, Evie.
Not Evie.
Evie covered that song on her album Evie Again in
You have it on good
1975.
authority that it was Evie.
Yes,
because-
very good authority.
Because of a nickname that would not work if it was Evie.
Correct.
I don't think I'll go any farther than that.
Don't need to go.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting having heard her first album, and now we're going to hear one of her recent releases. It was a single that came out in 2023.
And you said Phil Keaggy was a part of this.
Phil Keaggy, yeah, it was a collaboration with Keaggy. He's actually on guitar and vocals. So if you listen close, you should be able to hear him in background vocal. And this one is, I think, appropriate because it's called Jesus People. Here's Nancy Honeytree.
listen here. Perfect love casts out all fear. Jesus, people, listen here. Perfect love casts out all fear. Calling all the warriors. Calling all the warriors. Warriors for Jesus. Warriors for Jesus. It's time to wake up, put our armor on, and move out to proclaim that Jesus Christ is King. Jesus Christ is King. Jesus, people, listen here. Perfect love casts out all fear. Jesus, people, listen here. The perfect love casts out all fear. Jesus, people, listen here. Perfect love casts out all fear. Calling all the warriors. Calling all the warriors. Warriors for Jesus. Warriors for Jesus. I'm not ashamed of the gospel. It's the power of God to save everyone who believes. Jesus Christ is King. It's time to rise up once again. In the darkness, we will show the way. Jesus, let us be your army today. Oh, Jesus, people here to stay. Oh, this army's waking up. Oh, Jesus, people here to stay. Oh, this army's waking up today. Oh, Jesus, people here to stay. Oh, this army's waking up today. Oh, Jesus, people here to stay. Oh, this army's waking up today. Hey, Jesus, people. Jesus, people, listen here. Perfect love casts out all fear. Jesus, people, listen here. Perfect love casts out all fear.
That's Nancy Honeytree, Jesus People, one of her more recent releases as a single. She also did a song called Revelation 3:20 shortly after, I think, Jesus People came out.
I got to tell you, I couldn't really tell much of a difference from her 1973 voice to her 2024 voice.
Very similar. She hasn't changed that much.
No,
And she's not a spring chicken anymore.
still got the pipes.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely got it. And did you hear Phil playing in the background? A
I
little background
definitely
vocal?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to listen kind of close to hear his voice because he was definitely letting her be up front.
But the guitar was pretty much very incredibly noticeable.
Yeah, you could tell
it was
that was-
definitely him.
You could tell that was Phil. Now, back in, I don't know, May, June, she released a song with a Pakistani group called Call of the Harvest. It was really good. Hey, we've got a break coming up. Can't
We'll
believe
be
it.
back soon, though. But we have Uncle Rand is going to join us.
Yeah, but
His music is going to join us.
yeah. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Randy Stonehill, and you're listening to the Great Speckled Bird Hour on WCSR Solid Rock Radio.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Streaming all your favorites all the time. Classic and contemporary Christian music. WCSR DB in Southport, North Carolina. Why would you listen to anything else? Now back to Ed and Rob and the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
Why indeed would you listen to anything else?
I can't imagine.
We're so happy to have you join us for this special edition of the Great Speckled Bird Hour. Of course, they're all kind of special to us, but we are featuring contemporary Christian music pioneers then and now. Songs from early in their careers and then a little bit later on within the last 5 years, right?
And and it's interesting to see how their voices really haven't changed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you listen to Nancy's newest, then listen to you'd say, well, that's obviously the same person.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, my favorite contemporary Christian artist coming up next, Randy Stonehill. He did an album, our freshman year, his album Welcome to Paradise came out. That would have been 1976. And there was a song on there called Puppet Strings, but it was not the first recording of the song.
That's correct.
Randy's second album, which was entitled Get Me Out of Hollywood, released in 1973, also contains a version of Puppet Strings. And that is the next song we're going to listen to. You might know the song, but you might not be familiar with this version of Puppet Strings from Randy Stonehill on the Great Speckled Bird Hour. We're glad you're with us.
Oh, I can't keep from mourning for this topsy-turvy world with all its strife and pain, mourning for the lost and the desperate children who can't remember their names. And I can feel it in my soul. Now the end is getting near. I can hear the devil laughing, and it's ringing in my ears. Oh, long ago he chose us to inherit all his kingdom, and we were blessed with light. But wandering away, we disobeyed him in the garden and stumbled into night. And I can feel it in my soul. Now the end is getting near. I can hear the angels weeping, and it's ringing in my ears. We are all like foolish puppets who desiring to be kings. Now lie pitifully crippled after cutting our own strings. Oh. But God said, I'll forgive you. I will face you man to man. And of love than dying for a friend. And I can feel it in my soul. Now the end is getting near. I can hear the devil laughing, and it's ringing in my ears. We are foolish puppets who desiring to be kings, now lie pitifully crippled after cutting our own strings. Cutting our own strings. Cutting our own strings.
Randy Stonehill with Puppet Strings, not from the album you might think it's from, Welcome to Paradise, but from an earlier recording, an earlier album called Get Me Out of Hollywood, which was released in the UK on Philips Records in 1973. But you were mentioning that I never remembered seeing that album at KECC when we were there, and it didn't actually come out here until 1999.
To my knowledge, Welcome to Paradise was his first album.
Yes, that's what I thought.
It was actually his third.
Yeah.
And actually, the 99 release was on Solid Rock Records, so Larry Norman helped him out with that.
Larry Norman with that, yeah. We're going to hear another song from Randy coming up here, and this is from a 2020 release. And the name of this album is The Lost Art of Listening, and I've got to tell a quick story here.
Okay.
When I saw Randy last October in near Chicago, Mark and I and my son Rod, we went up there to see Randy and Phil together, and I was able to purchase Randy's first album, Born Twice, which I had never heard in its entirety, and his latest album, Lost Art of Listening, and I purchased them both from the hands of his wife, Leslie.
That's awesome.
How cool is that, huh?
Very cool.
She's such a sweet lady. But we're going to listen right now to a song from Lost Art of Listening, Randy Stonehill, and Angel of the Highway. First song we heard, 73. This one's 2020.
Angel of the highway, spread your wings above these wheels. Sometimes I get so weary at how lonely this life feels. You're my angel of the highway. Come and guide me with your light. 'Cause it's a long dark road that I'm traveling down tonight. 1,000 songs inside me, got a honeytone guitar. My angel here to guide me, like that shining northern star. The gleaming of the spotlight, like her diamond angel eyes. Velvet of the midnight air, her fingers running through my hair. Angel of the highway, you're much more than just a dream. You whisper to remind me what it's all supposed to mean. You're my angel of the highway, riding shotgun next to me. You're the proof to my heart of these things my eyes can't see. A million miles behind me, with a million more to go. That's where you're gonna find me, up and down this gypsy road. It's true I'm always traveling, Guess that's just where I belong. Moving on from town to town with a prayer and a lover's song. Angel, angel of the highway. Angel, angel of the highway. All my life I've heard you call. If I could do things my way, I wouldn't change a thing at all. You're my angel of the highway, truest friend I've ever known. And I'll follow you till that day you lead me home. Angel, angel of the highway. Angel.
Randy Stonehill from his latest release, I was going to say 1920. I don't think he had one that early.
Well,
but 2020, his album Lost Art of Listening and the song Angel of the Highway. And he's just got a great rock voice, and he has a great ballad voice, too.
Absolutely. He sings some great ballads. I hate to say it, but we got to take another break.
Let's do it.
Rob and Ed will be back right after these very important messages.
If I could be you,
and you could be me,
for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Streaming from the coast of southeast North Carolina, this is WCSR. We now return you to the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
And here we are in the fourth segment already.
It comes upon us so quickly.
How does that even happen?
It really, really makes you think, wow, time goes so fast.
Time flies when you're having fun, and we are having
really
a lot.
Does.
What a great show, though. I mean, I say that every time, but...
And it's not because of us, folks. It's because of the music.
Because of the music and the artists. I mean, some incredible music that has spanned a very vast amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
From 1973 to 2023.
Yeah. 50 years.
50 years of music. That's
crazy.
And their voices have held up. I wish I could say my voice has held up over 50 years, but I cannot sing anymore.
We start talking like this now, and it's just we're just at that age now.
And I think at one point we mentioned Honeytree kind of lost some of her vibrato as she matured. Yeah. She still, I mean, I think she just learned how to use it. Her first album, it was all vibrato. And now she's like got it under control. I've got exactly the opposite. When I used to sing when I was younger, I had no vibrato at all. I couldn't even fake it. And now I can't get rid of it.
Now it's there.
It's there.
It's part of
whether I want it or not, it's there.
Hey, another big thing happening this weekend is the opening of the NFL season. In fact, your Packers play tonight.
That's right. That's
on Peacock.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't have Peacock, you're out of luck.
You're out of luck. You have to listen to it, which is what I usually do anyway. If I find a local station that's streaming it out of Wisconsin and listen to it. Because I cannot stand Joe Buck.
Hey, come on. He's a St. Louis guy.
I still don't like the way he calls games, though.
His dad was...
oh, yeah.
Mr. Baseball
Yeah.
here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And he actually called Cardinal games here for a while too. My Giants don't play till Sunday, but again, it's like one of those seasons where you think, I'm not sure what's going to happen this year.
Mm-hmm. I
But
pay
I'm
more
glad the
attention to
football
college ball than I do.
Do you? Yeah, you're a
professional one.
Buckeye, so
Yeah, and they started rough.
Yeah.
And then they turned on the Jets in the second half and just blew out. I mean, they were playing Akron.
Yeah, they had to blow them out.
Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't blow them out, they might as well just end the season right now.
Just stop now. And ranked number 2, I don't know. Then come on, guys. But they pulled off a significant victory.
Well, we've talked sports. Now on the movie scene. Hey, if you haven't seen the film Reagan yet, go see Reagan.
You have
the
a personal
costumes
connection.
are amazing. My daughter, Geneva, was the costume designer. Her and her partner, Jack Odell, design partner, were the costume designers for the film Reagan. So if you go see Reagan, make sure you look for her name at the beginning of the credits this time, because she was the costume designer.
That is just awesome. I mean,
isn't that cool?
What an honor. What an absolute honor.
She also worked on Twisters, which was a big summer film, and got to be part of that crew for the costumes also. So I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, you should be. You absolutely should be. I remember when she was, little.
Oh yeah, little bitty
little girl.
Yeah, she's living my dream.
Well,
she's
good
in
for
the
her.
film
Yeah,
industry.
that's awesome. Good for her. Live your life through your children vicariously. That's the way to do it.
Oh goodness, we've got one more song from Phil Keaggy.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Again, a career that has spanned multiple decades.
50 plus years.
Yeah, because the album that we featured first, What a Day, was not his first album. That was his first solo album.
Mm-hmm.
And he had recorded several years before that with a couple of different groups, including Glass Harp.
Glass Harp.
This next album, we're going to feature a song from, is a collaboration he did with a guy by the name of Rex Paul.
Okay. Now, that name is a bit familiar, but tell us a little bit about Rex Paul.
I had never heard of Rex Paul before, and the best way I can describe him is he is like a Chris Christian and Michael Lamardian.
So somebody who does everything.
He produces. He's an instrumentalist, a musician, a vocalist. Just from the impression I get, he's just an all-around nice guy too.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very talented, extremely talented. So he and Phil got together and did a collaboration that released in 2019, and we should listen to it right now. All right, here we go.
We got it. All right.
We got it. It's on 4.
Illustration is developing.
Stop that.
Failure, loneliness, suffering and sorrow, and death will be swallowed up someday, some tomorrow. The day of the Lord, the day of the Lord is at hand. Hardship, poverty, be a thing of the past. Put your mind, set
Wow, that's some great music there.
I have not heard that before.
I've not listened to the album other than just the other day when I started looking for
something more recent from Phil.
Yeah, something more recent to put on the show, and came across this as one of his more recent albums. And I listened to some and said, wow, this is great stuff.
He hasn't lost a beat either.
No, he hasn't. And he sounds more like Paul McCartney than Paul McCartney does now. Now, we were talking about Rex Paul, who's actually Rex Paul Schnell.
Schnell.
Yeah, he appeared on the album on that song cut, uncredited for vocals and guitar.
Okay.
He is credited for producing the album, though. He was the album's producer, so
I am going to be looking for that album, I got to tell you.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. I don't know where that's coming from, but we don't have any, we're not trying to force any political issues on you here.
This is live radio at its best.
It's been a good day for us today, here.
No kidding.
I truly have no idea where that's coming from. Okay,
It sounds like you've got something playing on your laptop there or something.
Maybe we should start. Maybe we should start a little bit earlier with Daniel Amos. What do you think?
You want to close the?
All right, I think
whatever it is, it's gone now.
I think I finally got the sock in her mouth.
Was that Alexa?
I don't know. It must have been. She's done that before.
Just out of the clear blue, starts talking.
And it had to be political, you know.
Yeah, of course. Which we try to stay apolitical here on the show. Keep everybody happy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Oh, my. What a first week back. You think we'll be back in the future?
I don't know if they're going to let us come back on the air or not, Ed.
Well, definitely not next week, though.
No,
right?
not next week.
Okay. You've got some business that needs to attend.
Yes, I have a prior engagement that I have to attend to. So,
all righty.
No show next week, but hopefully we'll be on the week after.
How's Gina doing? Is her knees doing well?
Well, I'll tell you what. We drove all that way. I haven't stopped to count how many miles it was, but it was a lot of hours of driving. She does all the driving because I don't do that anymore. And she did very well.
Excellent.
Now, she was tired at the end of the day after driving 5.5, 6 hours. But
yeah.
We tried to take multiple breaks and kept it going the way it should. So, yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to hear she's doing well.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody is. There's more background clatter here.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out what that is. But
well, we got to close
it's
out.
It's been a fun show.
We are stepping all over at Daniel Amos, which is a big no-no in radio. But that's almost as big as dead air. Well, other than the fourth segment, this has been a great show.
Hey, have a great week, folks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you probably not this next week, but maybe the weekend.
In 2 weeks. Listen on Tuesday. And tell your friends, too.
Absolutely.
So long.
Forsaking all, I cried because I knew, yes I knew, it meant my leaving you. But the riches that I gave